Hello everybody! I am currently on a landmass staycation and we are getting ready to deliver to you some holiday looks. I don't get bedazzled and dressed up very much, to be honest, so I actually really look forward to doing these makeup looks. I'm very excited today. We're gonna do the cool toned silver theme tonight. I love seeing all the gorgeous, smudgy, sultry, sexy little shimmery eye looks that come out during the holidays, and just in case you were attending any holiday soirees yourself, figured we could create one together. It's kind of become an annual thing for us at this point. I found these Dior eye patches, okay, in my piles as I was cleaning out my stuff, and this is like the old packaging, so I'm led to believe that this is very expired, so I'm gonna see if they have any juice left in them. I figured we'd do as all the pro makeup artists do and put some eye patches on whilst we don the makeup tonight. Does this make our holiday look feel extra special? I think so. Do I need to pick me up because it is literally night? Yes. Yes. I kind of didn't want to follow anything. I just wanted to go where my heart takes me for this makeup look. I want to start with the eyes just in case that ends badly. But we generally stick to like a similar little color palette vibe here, and I thought I would try some of the new products that I've been picking up recently and testing out some of these cool tones and see how they look, and let's see if we can create a fabulous little holiday smoky eye with it. So I'm going to start with the Danessa Myricks Exposed. And I'm going to put this on the back of my hand because these are very pigmented and I haven't actually tried this one yet. So we're going to start slow. And I'm going to use a little smudgy brush. Did you know this is my ancient MAC 217 brush? Like literally from 2014 when I worked at MAC. And I'm just going to go straight in. Like there's nothing else on my face, nothing else on my eyes. I did put a fake tan on, if you're wondering why I'm looking so tanned and gorgeous. It's because I soaked in a tan today. I can smell it. Okay, that's a lot warmer than I thought it would be. That's interesting. All right, cool tones off to a good start. It's also a lot deeper. Wow, like honestly, I thought it would be so light. Even when I was swatching it on the back of my hand, I thought it would be so light. This is what, you know what? Maybe this is why we don't experiment. But holy crap, that set really fast. And it was a lot more pigmented than I thought. Honestly, it was so much lighter in my brain when I was buying it and swatching it. But here we go. All right, just going right in there. Perfect. Here I was thinking it was going to be some like soft, light, taupey shade that I was putting all over my eyes. Nope. Well, deep and sultry indeed. I've just grabbed a bigger fluffy brush because LOL. Well, I'm going to take a little bit of that on my lower lash line too. Just right off the top. We're going for lived-in, smoky, fabulous, smudgy, sultry, smoky eye. Which honestly, you guys know I prefer, for a multitude of reasons, honestly. I prefer how they look on me. I find myself leaning more and more, like don't get me wrong, I've never been that crazy about a liquid eyeliner. I find sometimes I just look a little weird. I don't know, I prefer the look of a softer, smoky eye on me versus like a strong, straight cat eye. I just find if I do something like that, do like a really sharp, 2016-esque makeup look, I just feel a little bit weird. Whereas if I do these like smudgier, smokier looks, I just find that they suit me a lot better, but they're also a lot easier to do. Like you have a lot more playtime, you have a lot of wiggle room if you ruin something. It's just a lot easier to fix as well. So for the look and also the application of it, I just prefer this kind of style and making it a little bit easier for myself. Anyway, let's try this Sarah Creel Everyday Taupe Liner. I had picked this up during the Sephora sale. When I swatched these on the back of my hand, this one was quite a lot deeper than the Danessa Myricks shade, so I thought we could just apply that and see how we do with this as a softer little smoky eye. In previous years, whenever I've done my holiday looks, I'm usually always following like a makeup artist or following a tutorial, and I kind of just wanted to be left to my own devices and see where that takes me. We might have to switch that up shortly, depending on how this goes, but so far, I'm actually loving this color. And the Danessa Myricks cream underneath is actually like a lot drier than I thought it was going to be. It's set quite dry, so even applying this on top, it feels like I'm applying it on top of like set eyeshadow, which is pretty crazy. That usually bodes well if you want your products to last a little bit longer. So I'm just taking that eyeliner around my entire waterline and ridge, and I just feel like that looks really pretty when you're doing these like smudgier, smoky looks. And I'm not creating a wing necessarily, but I'm using this smaller brush. This is the KJH Spectrum brush number 18, and I'm just kind of pulling that out at the end. So you just naturally get this kind of little mini wing there, but even this itself is like, ooh, like look at how much more smoky that is. Also the taupe shade, unreal. I was so excited when I saw this. Like taupe liner? Yes. Yes. It's smoky and sultry without being too dark. Like sometimes when I do this with black, I'm like, wow, slay, looks so nice. But then because my eyes are so red and watery, I forgot to put my eye drops in. We have to do that immediately, actually. But sometimes when I do black, it might look good when I first do it. But then because my eyes are so red and they get irritated so easily from eyeliner and like they're just so watery, it ends up looking really like not cute. Like 1 hour into that makeup and it's not looking hot. It's not. So I was hoping that doing this kind of lighter version would still have an impact and give us that smoky feel without being too dark. So just going in and smudging that all around. I truly envy the people who are able to just wear any eye makeup and be completely unaffected. Like there's so many people who do the most fabulous eye makeup looks, shove any kind of liner into their eyes and it stays. Like I can't believe when people do makeup in their waterline and their eyes don't cry it all away. Like yes, fun makeup looks were meant for those people, not us watery-eyed waterfall folk, okay? It just doesn't work for us. Okay, I'm loving this taupe shade. I know it's looking a little droopy, a little heavy for now, but I mean, it's always a little bit weird looking until you put mascara on. Whenever you do these kind of smudgy, smoky eyes, just trust the process until mascara is on, and then it literally makes everything better. The Danessa Myricks product is very dry. Like I feel it drying on my eyes, which is good for longevity, but yeah, I certainly wasn't expecting it to set in such a way. Big thumbs up to that liner. Love the color. So creamy, so delightful. Hell yeah. Then I'm going to stick with the cool tones. I'm dipping into my Makeup & Mario Master Mattes palette. Okay, we're going to have a little fun in here. I basically just want to try to emphasize the cool tones. So I'm just going to do this shade right here and use that to I'm just going to touch the crease with this. I'm not sure how it's going to mix with the Danessa Myricks, but yeah, even there's just like a little bit more of a cool tone here. That might help a little bit. We might have to do a little bit of this blue to bring a little bit more cool in there, but just so softly fluffing that about in the outer corner, just a little bit. And yeah, I might just take a tiny bit of this like blue slate gray. And let's just put that like literally right along this liner, just to bring a little bit of coolness here, because I really want to bring, can you guys see my little suit hanging here? I'm gonna wear a blue suit, a blue silk suit for the holidays. So fun. And I just wanted the cool tone makeup to complement that. Nothing crazy, just a little. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? Are we liking what we're putting down here? I'm into it. Am I about to ruin it with sparkle? That's the great question. Things could go so wrong once you apply the sparkle, and once you apply the sparkle, there's no going back. It's like you either embrace the matte look or you don't turn back. It's sparkle or nothing. Sparkle or bust. But first I'm gonna take this light shade right here. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself there. I'm just gonna put that on the brow bone. Just a little bit right there. And then we haven't actually applied like concealer or anything, so I don't know. Oh, wow. Oh, that was way more pigment. That was way more pigmented there than I intended it to be, but maybe we don't even need concealer there. Maybe we just go with the shadow. Is that crazy? We're experimenting, people. We are experimenting. That needed to be less. I'm so sorry. I gotta bring the liner back in this inner corner. It's imperative and important that the color stays there. We just want the shimmer to be outside of this little inner corner. So I'm just touching it again with my brush. No need to panic. Was I panicking? A little bit. Yes, I was. My eyes are already wet. The tear ducts are already full. Okay, speaking of, maybe actually just now I should put my little eye drops in. I'm gonna use my Lumify eye drops because my eyes are already red. And you'll see the magic happen. They'll get so white it'll look crazy. But I forget which dermatologist posted about it. I wanna say it was Dr. Idris. Posted about the Lumify eye drops, and I was like, I know you're not an eye doctor, but if you're posting about it and saying that it makes your skin look brighter and clearer, I'm like, yeah, we've been on the Lumify train, okay? We know what's up. But it makes me feel better when a doctor posts about it. Okay, going into obviously the Patrick Todd duo. This is the We Need Better Lighting, but we're just gonna stick with the silver this time. Usually I do a little dippity flippity of both, but we're just gonna use one. And I'm undecided how I wish to place this today. I feel like we're just gonna put it in the middle just a little bit and see how we feel. I'm just using the same brush. This is the Refer 28 brush, the same brush that I applied the matte shadow with. We're just gonna put a little bit of that just right in the center. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, I put it in the center, and then, I mean, usually I like to kind of bring it up a little bit over the crease. I don't know why. It just makes me feel like I've been like rubbed or just touched or graced with some Starshine sparkles. Instead of just having it exclusively on the center, I feel like the wiping it up just kind of has a nice little effect, like my eyes are being opened by sparkles. You catch my drift? You catch the vibe? What do you think? What would you do? I do the same thing every year, but it doesn't matter because how swiftly we forget, so we do it again. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put that right on the inner corner, just a little bit. Whoop, right there, which is why we put the matte eyeshadow there to begin with. It's just a kiss on your lips in the moonlight. This is what it is. This is a kiss on the eyes in the moonlight, okay? We can revisit that later if we must. I'm gonna go really quickly, just a little bit, back into my small brush because I just feel like I want the lashes to be a little bit deeper. So back into the eyeshadow palette right here with the little brush. And I'm just gonna so softly, like literally just press that into the lashes. Just a little bit. It's not gonna be anything crazy or anything pigmented, but this is why we're also doing the eyes first, again, in case anything goes awry. But I just want it to be a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper, a little bit softer. And taking the fluffy brush we used earlier and just really softly blending that in. Like these little blending motions can make quite the difference. We'll touch up the sparkle, and until then it's time for mascara. This is the Vive Icon Mascara. I got this new in PR. I haven't actually used it yet, so I'm hoping it's fabulous. It looks to be a very thick, fabulous black volumizing mascara. Oh yeah, those are some big lashes, boy. I told myself that it's the holidays and I should embrace the occasion and put some fake lashes on. I even packed them with me. Am I gonna do it? Probably not. There's actually no worse task, in my opinion, than applying fake eyelashes. Get yourself a nice big volumizing mascara and leave it at that. If I'm going on a red carpet or it's a very special occasion, fine, I shall do my lashes. Like on my wedding day, I put the lashes on, but anything else. We're already swapping from our everyday brown mascara to black mascara. That'll do. Oh, the faces we make when applying mascara. It is hysterical. This is so thick, tight, and juicy. Like, wow, what a volumizing mascara. That's crazy. What a cool looking one. Go off, Madame Jamie Genevieve. I'm sorry, I've been living under a rock with this. I've just been so married to my brown mascaras and like the lighter, softer look. I actually haven't put like a big, thick mascara on like this in a minute. Also, I'm sweating. Can you tell? It's starting to roll off my lip. No, that's actually a crazy mascara. Holy schneik. I don't know how it'll fare on my lower lashes, but I'm just gonna do a little touch. My lower lashes can be a little bit insane, so we'll see. We might have to fix that later, but wow. These look like doll eyes. That's actually crazy. Icon indeed. Holy moly. Can't tell you if it's raccoon proof yet, but the visual, wow. So we'll leave the eyes for now and make everything else happen underneath. Goodbye, sweet, sweet deal. Goodbye. It's kind of nice. It actually gave us like a little line there, which is cool. Let's do the base. I thought it would be fun just to embrace the special occasion again and go into our MPH little underpainting palette and do some underpainting. So I'm starting with the contour shade here, and I'm just gonna use, I use my same. This is the Smith 157 brush, and I'm just gonna use this to do some sculpting and some lifting. Oh my gosh, if you see this little patch on my face here today. So I was basking in my tan, and I realized, like, I have this spot on my nose that whenever I put the tan on, it's like it settles into this spot, and it confirms its existence. And the same thing happened to this giant like bald patch, weird textured patch of skin on my cheek, and that's the spot where no makeup touches, and I finally got visual of it. I'm gonna put the picture of it earlier just in case it's not showing up right here, but I finally got photographed evidence of this weird patch on my cheek. It's such a crazy thing. I don't know why. It's so weird. I'm like, what's wrong with me? I'm so curious. I can't wait. I'm going to take the photo to Dr. Bolesny and ask her and be like, what is this creature on my face that prevents me from having smooth, glorious makeup all the time? Anyway, because we're doing some underpainting, I'm going a little bit heavier than I typically would because we're going to apply the foundation on top. And it's also nice, little top makeup artist tip, if we start with our eyes and then we go in with our color products before any of our skin products, I think we inherently add less product. You've already been working with a little bit of the coverage, and then you just apply that nice thin layer of foundation on top, and succulent natural makeup every time. Okay, and with the lighter shade, the little highlighting, brightening shade, I'm just gonna take a little bit of this. Whenever I see Mary Phillips do this technique, I'm like, okay, nice, but your skin is literally glass. For those of us with big old red patches, like, what are we to do? What are we to do? Like if you were doing this technique on Hailey Bieber, yeah, it's gonna be perfect and easy. She has nothing to cover. Show me this technique on someone with redness and acne, I beg. I need to see that in action for my own learning. All right, so I put a little bit of that around. I'm gonna go back in with my bronzer brush and just kind of touch the edges again. I feel like my mouth is looking a little bare. I also don't think I've updated you guys since the first time I used this, but just as like a completion of my final thoughts for this, it's really not the best for those of us with very dry skin. If you have like dry, incurable skin, like this is not. This is great for like normal skin, maybe a little bit oily, maybe slightly on the drier side, but it's not as like soft and juicy and hydrating as many of the concealers that we use and love, aka like my Tower 28. It's kind of ideal if you're just having like a really good skin day. If it's like winter time, super dry outside, you have very dry skin, like not ideal. Now we're gonna go in with the top layer, the Haus Labs foundation. Sorry, this one is in the shade 110 Light Neutral, which is actually quite orangey if you see it there. So hopefully it's gonna bring this all together, and I'm gonna take my big IT Cosmetics brush, the number 7 brush, as I always do, and I'm just gonna pat this all around, and hopefully it's gonna melt all of our layers succulently together, all of our underpainting, and leave a seamless, perfect base behind. And I have to say, the few bases that I've been using, the Haus Labs, the Lisa Eldridge skin tint, also recently the Cieli skin tint, like they're so pretty. It's just like flawless makeup every single time. And I've seen a lot of people comment actually, like in regards to the underpainting, like why you would do it and why you would cover it all with foundation. Like, oh, it just covers up all the layers. I think it's in an effort to minimize any lines, any separation between your foundation, your blush, your concealer, the contour products. So many times when we do our makeup and we apply our base first and then go on top with contours and bronzers and blushes and all those things, concealers and all that, we just end up having some lines. Like it's never truly blended. So this idea is that you're applying all of your like sculpting first and then just putting that like extra thin layer of coverage over top to really make it look so natural and undetectable when you see it out in the wild. That's my interpretation of it anyway. So if you happen to go heavy-handed with any of your products, you just put this little foundation on top and it's like, oh, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's underpaint. Now, one of my favorite techniques that I do all the time, but I don't necessarily always talk about it or show it, is I just take a beauty blender, any kind of beauty sponge. I didn't even wet this one. You could totally wet it if you wish, but I just use this to go over top if I feel like I've applied a lot of product, or if I want to leave my skin with that ultimate natural, like totally undetectable finish. I just go over kind of the inside of my face and use the beauty blender to press and remove any of the excess product. And I kind of do that. And I don't know if it makes a visible difference to you on the camera, but like in person, I always feel like that's kind of this really nice finishing touch. I'm just doing that to kind of remove any excess. I don't know if I want to go in with any extra concealer under my eyes. I'm kind of liking the lived-in depth that my sweet bags are giving us naturally. But maybe now, actually, I'll just touch up right here. I feel like I wiped some of that away. So I'm just taking my same fluffy brush and I'm kind of just gonna blend in those edges on the eyes. I'm still like so blown away by this mascara. It's so crazy. I also have this little bald spot on my eye. So whenever I look at photos later, there's always just this little bald spot right here. And I'm like, oh, fury. Anyway, onto blush. I'm gonna use MAC Glow Play Blush in Blush Please. This is one of my favorite kind of neutral, creamy blushes. And in this world where we are moving on from our temporarily out of stock Nude Stakes Bareback, I just decided to embrace some of the other blushes that I have in my collection. This is one of them. Beautiful, neutral, lovely blush. If you loved the like OG Warm Soul, like OG, like 2014 kind of vibe, MAC Warm Soul, because they changed it, they reformulated it-ish, changed the packaging. It was never the same. This gives me that same vibe, but in cream form. I really do love this formula, and I've had it in my collection since they launched it. Love it. One of my most worn blushes as well. It's just kind of that perfect like warm neutral shade, but it's got a little hint of peachiness in there, so I really love that. It's got a beautiful glow in it, and yeah, it's just so pretty. So I'm just taking that up kind of around, kind of like a bronzer vibe, a little bit on my nose. Love. Great shade. I think we've officially reached the point where we can apply our setting spray. Let it all melt in. Glorious. Now what to do for the lips? Ooh! I think I'm just gonna go full nude lip vibe. I'm gonna try something, and then if we don't like it, we can always change it. I'm gonna start with Merit Bespoke. This is usually the lip liner that I go for when I'm doing like my lip stains, because it is so much more like creamy and juicy. But because I'm wanting to stick with kind of the cool tones today, I feel like it's the perfect shade. So I'm just outlining my lip with this. Then I'm going to take the Revlon Cream Bare It All number 755, which is just this beautiful little peachy nude, and I'm taking that on an eyeshadow brush. And I'm just going to press that into the center of the lips, just for a little bit of soft nude color there. Oh yeah, that's a pretty combo. It's kind of tying in the peachiness in the blush, which makes me very happy. Guys, my under eyes are burning. I just have to tell you that. I shouldn't have put those very, very definitely expired under eye patches on. Oh my god. I should have known. They were so old. Ugh. Anyway, then I'm going to use the Armani Prismaglass number 7, which is also just a gorgeous shimmery peachy nude. Just put that right on the center. Ugh. I'm just gonna go back to our liner quick and just touch up a few little spots, aka my little inner corners here. I'm gonna apply a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury powder just into the center of my face where I don't want any shine. Just like right here under the eyes, aka right where I'm having a current reaction. Like literally right there. Can you see all the bumps forming? They're literally like popping up. That's so crazy. Brow gel. Get those brows lifted to the heavens. And then, of course, no makeup look is complete without my Victoria Beckham Pearl Highlight. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, behave. The juiciness. And so this is the makeup look. Cool toned, shimmery, icy for the holidays. A little bit of nude peachiness in there. Very natural, but still sultry and smoky and sexy, which I love. I'm still undecided if I'm going to change out of my pony and put it in a bun or just leave the pony to be free, but either way I gotta get in my suit. The suit is on, the suit is donned. I'm just trying to decide which little earrings I should wear. I feel like it's probably gonna be these. I bought these randomly from, I feel like I got these at H&M at some point last year. Sorry, they are an older purchase, but I feel like they're so fun. I can't wear them for very long because my ears start to burn, but this might be a little bit more like holiday and fun and kind of like fill up my ear space more than just my plain Jenny Bird cutie little earrings. So nice. But I feel like we gotta go the full bedazzle. I also forgot to bring my little highlight, my little powder highlight. Actually, what's very tragic is I had a little travel size Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. The bronzer had shattered, very sad, R.I.P. And then the highlighter shattered. This is the finished look. I think I'm gonna keep the pony. Keep it nice and simple. I feel like it's very clean and chic. The earrings definitely helped. If I had some kind of like, just picture like a super thin little silver chain, like one of those like body chains that goes down. I feel like that would be nice and kind of fill this space. I don't have that, so this is what we're left with. And with that, my darlings, this is the finished look. Thank you so much for getting ready with me today. You have to let me know what you think of today's little Landmas holiday look. If you end up recreating this look, please let me know. Please tag me in a pic. I'd love to see your fabulous bedazzled holiday looks. Thanks for getting ready with me tonight, fam, and I'll see you all tomorrow for a new Landmas video.